From gravity-defying boulders to landscapes that look like they belong on another planet, Earth is home to some of the most unbelievable rock formations. Imagine a rock that's been perfectly sliced in half, or a massive stone shaped just like an elephant frozen in time. Some of these formations seem almost impossible, but they truly exist. Get ready to explore 20 most unbelievable rock formations in the world. Number 20. Kjeragbolten, Norway. If you love heart-pounding adventures, Kjeragbolten is the perfect test of courage. This massive boulder is wedged between two towering cliffs, suspended over a 3,200-foot drop into the lithosphere below. One wrong step and it's a long way down. Despite the terrifying height, thrill seekers from around the world hike to this natural wonder just to stand on the rock and take a death-defying photo. Formed thousands of years ago by glacial movements, the boulder somehow landed in this near-impossible position, defying gravity and common sense. The trek to Kjeragbolten isn't for the faint of heart. It involves a steep 5-mile hike with chains to help climbers scale the rock faces. But for those who make it, the adrenaline rush and jaw-dropping view make it all worthwhile. Just don't look down. Number 19. Kummukivi Balancing Rock, Finland. Nature sometimes plays tricks on us, and Kummukivi is a perfect example. This massive 16-foot-long boulder looks like it should topple at any moment, yet it has been precariously balanced on a smaller rock for thousands of years. Despite its impossible appearance, the rock doesn't budge, not even with a push. The name Kummukivi means strange rock in Finnish, and for good reason. This gravity-defying formation was left behind by glaciers during the last ice age, creating one of Finland's greatest geological mysteries. Some legends say giants placed the rock there, while others believe it's a test of patience from the gods. This bizarre balancing act sits deep in the forests of Ruokolahti, surrounded by untouched nature. If you visit, you can't help but wonder, how is this thing still standing? Number 18. Wave Rock, Australia. Ever seen a wave frozen in time? That's exactly what wave rock looks like, a giant 50-foot-tall wave made of solid rock. Located in Western Australia, this bizarre rock formation stretches 360 feet long and was shaped by millions of years of erosion. The unique stripe patterns on its surface come from minerals seeping through the rock over time, giving it a surreal, painted look. Wave Rock is a sacred site for the Noongar people, the indigenous Australians who have lived in the region for thousands of years. According to legend, the rock was formed by a giant rainbow serpent slithering through the land. Today, it's a popular tourist spot where visitors love to pose as if they're surfing the rock. And while it may not actually move, standing beneath it feels like the wave could come crashing down at any second. Number 17. Trolltunga, Norway. If you're looking for one of the most breathtaking and daring rock formations in the world, Trolltunga, which means troll's tongue, is it. This narrow rock juts out 2,300 feet above Lake Ringedalsvatnet, looking like the tongue of a giant stone troll sticking out over the fjord. It's one of the most epic and dangerous-looking viewpoints in the world, drawing adventurers from all over. Reaching Trolltunga isn't easy. The 17-mile round-trip hike takes about 10 to 12 hours, involving steep climbs and unpredictable weather. But once you stand at the edge with nothing but air beneath you, it's an experience like no other. This incredible rock was shaped by glaciers over 10,000 years ago, leaving behind a platform that seems to defy gravity. Despite its scary appearance, Trolltunga is surprisingly stable, making it the perfect spot for a once-in-a-lifetime photo, if you're brave enough. Number 16. Balancing Rock, Canada. At first glance, Balancing Rock in Nova Scotia looks like a magic trick pulled off by nature. This 20-foot-tall, 7-ton basalt column stands upright on a tiny pedestal, looking as if it could topple over at any moment. Despite countless storms, high winds, and the force of gravity, it has remained standing for thousands of years. The rock is a leftover relic of volcanic activity and erosion. Over time, the softer rock around it wore away, leaving behind this gravity-defying pillar. Scientists call this process differential erosion, but locals simply call it a miracle of nature. Getting to Balancing Rock requires a short but scenic hike, followed by a 235-step wooden staircase that leads to a viewing platform. And while it looks fragile, the rock has withstood everything nature has thrown at it, making it one of Canada's most bizarre and fascinating formations. Number 15. Elephant Rock, Iceland. Imagine a giant stone elephant dipping its trunk into the sea. That's exactly what Elephant Rock in Iceland looks like. Found on Chimneys Island, this incredible formation was created by volcanic eruptions and shaped by the wind and waves over time. The result? A massive rock that looks just like an elephant's head, complete with skin-like textures formed from basalt rock. This unique formation sits near Eldfell, a volcano that erupted in 1973, nearly burying the island's town under lava. But Elephant Rock survived, standing as a natural masterpiece that seems too perfect to be real. Some say the rock resembles a sleeping giant, while others believe it's proof of Iceland's mythical creatures. Whether it's the work of nature or trolls, one thing is for sure, it's one of Iceland's most unbelievable and photogenic rock formations. Number 14. Split Apple Rock, New Zealand. Nature sometimes works like a sculptor, and Split Apple Rock is proof of that. This massive granite boulder, perfectly split in half, sits in the shallow waters of Tasman Bay and looks like a giant apple that has been cleanly sliced down the middle. According to geologists, the rock was likely split during the Ice Age, when water seeped into a crack, froze, and expanded, eventually causing the boulder to break apart in a near-perfect split. But local Maori legends offer a different explanation. Two powerful gods were fighting over the rock and tore it in half in their struggle. Today, the rock is a famous landmark that can be reached by kayak or boat, making it a popular attraction for adventurers and photographers alike. Whether it was nature or the gods who split it, one thing's for sure, this rock looks too perfect to be an accident. Number 13. Giant's Causeway, Northern Ireland. Imagine stepping onto a road built by giants. That's exactly what Giant's Causeway looks like. A surreal landscape made up of over 40,000 interlocking basalt columns, all shaped into nearly perfect hexagons. These unusual rocks were formed by volcanic activity around 60 million years ago, but their geometric design makes them look man-made. According to Irish mythology, the causeway was built by the giant Finn McCool, who wanted to create a bridge to Scotland to challenge another giant. When he realized his opponent was much bigger than expected, Finn's wife disguised him as a baby. Seeing the enormous baby, the Scottish giant fled in terror, destroying the causeway behind him. Today, this UNESCO World Heritage Site is one of Ireland's most visited landmarks, attracting visitors who want to walk on the otherworldly stone steps that seem to defy nature itself. Number 12. Brimham Rocks, England. If you've ever wanted to visit a landscape that looks straight out of a fantasy novel, Brimham Rocks in North Yorkshire is the place to go. These bizarrely shaped rock formations, some looking like animals, faces, or even human figures, were naturally sculpted over millions of years by wind, rain, and ice. Among the most famous formations are the Dancing Bear, the Idol Rock, and the Eagle, all balancing in gravity-defying ways. Some even look like they could topple over with a slight push, yet they've stood strong for thousands of years. While scientists say erosion is responsible for these odd formations, local legends tell a more mystical story. Some believe giants and druids once lived here, shaping the rocks with their magic. Whatever the truth, Brimham Rocks remains one of England's most mysterious and mind-bending natural wonders. Number 11. Mushroom Rock, Egypt. Imagine a giant stone mushroom growing in the middle of the desert. That's exactly what Mushroom Rock in Egypt looks like. Down in the White Desert, this bizarre formation has a massive, wide cap balanced on a thin stem, making it look like it should tip over at any moment. Formed over millions of years by strong desert winds and sandstorms, the rock's unusual shape is the result of differential erosion, where the softer bottom erodes faster than the harder top. The result? A rock that looks like it belongs in a sci-fi movie. The White Desert itself is full of otherworldly formations, including stones shaped like camels, chickens, and even ice cream cones. Walking through this landscape feels like exploring another planet, making Mushroom Rock one of the strangest and most photogenic formations in the world. Number 10. Stone Forest, China. Deep in China's Yunnan province, an entire forest of stone pillars rises from the ground like something from a lost world. Known as the Stone Forest, Shilin, these jagged limestone formations stretch for miles, creating a maze of towering rocks that can reach up to 100 feet tall. Formed over 270 million years, these formations were once part of an ancient seabed. Over time, erosion, water, and seismic activity sculpted the limestone into its current eerie, forest-like appearance. Some formations even resemble animals, people, and mythical creatures, making the area feel almost alive. According to local legends, the forest was once home to the Yi people, and a young girl named Ashima turned into stone here after forbidden love. Today, the Stone Forest is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of China's most breathtaking and mysterious natural wonders. Number 9. Fairy Chimneys, Turkey. In the heart of Cappadocia, Turkey, strange cone-shaped rock formations known as fairy chimneys create a landscape that looks straight out of a fairy tale. These unique structures were formed millions of years ago by volcanic eruptions, with wind and rain shaping the soft, tough rock into the surreal shapes we see today. But what makes them even more incredible? People have actually lived inside them for centuries. Many of these rock pillars have been hollowed out into homes, churches, and even hotels, making Cappadocia one of the most unique places to visit. Legends say these chimneys were once inhabited by magical beings, but in reality they served as hidden shelters for early Christians escaping persecution. Whether you believe in the myths or just admire the geology, the fairy chimneys of Cappadocia remain one of Earth's most otherworldly rock formations. Number 8. Devil's Tower, Wyoming. Standing 867 feet tall, Devil's Tower looks like something from an alien world. This flat-topped, vertical rock formation in Wyoming is made of hardened magma, which was once part of an ancient volcano. Over millions of years, erosion stripped away the softer rock, leaving behind the tower's unique hexagonal columns. But science aside, the legends surrounding Devil's Tower make it even more fascinating. According to Native American myths, the deep vertical grooves were left by a giant bear clawing at the rock while chasing a group of children. The Great Spirit lifted the children to safety, creating the tower as their refuge. Devil's Tower is also famous for its role in pop culture, most notably as a UFO landing site in the movie Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Whether you're a rock climber, a history buff, or a sci-fi fan, this massive geological marvel is a sight to behold. Number 7. The Immortal Bridge, China. Deep in China's Shandong province, on Mount Tai, lies a natural stone bridge that looks like it was built by ancient gods. Called the Immortal Bridge, this formation is made up of 3 gigantic boulders perfectly stacked on top of each other, creating what looks like an impossible pathway. Scientists believe these boulders were deposited by glacial activity or natural rock slides, but the formation's balance is so precise that it seems almost supernatural. According to legend, the bridge was created by immortal beings who placed the stones there as a passage between Earth and the heavens. Visitors who dare to cross it feel as though they're walking in the footsteps of ancient monks and mythical warriors. Whether you believe in the legends or just admire the natural wonder, the Immortal Bridge remains one of China's most adventurous and breathtaking rock formations. Number 6. Uluru, Australia. Rising over 1,140 feet from the flat desert of Australia's outback, Uluru Ayers Rock is one of the most iconic and sacred rock formations on Earth. This massive sandstone monolith is estimated to be around 600 million years old and is famous for its ability to change color throughout the day, glowing fiery red at sunrise and sunset. For the Anangu people, the indigenous custodians of the land, Uluru is more than just a rock. It's a deeply spiritual place. According to their mythology, it was created by ancient ancestral beings, and its caves and fissures hold sacred stories passed down for generations. Although climbing Uluru was once a popular tourist activity, it was permanently banned in 2019 out of respect for the Anangu culture. Today, visitors can still admire its sheer size and beauty, making it one of Australia's most breathtaking natural wonders. Number 5. Moraki Boulders, New Zealand. Scattered along Cocoa Beach on New Zealand's South Island, The Moraki boulders look like giant dinosaur eggs or even alien pods washed ashore. These almost perfectly round boulders range from 1.5 to 7 feet in diameter, and their eerie, cracked surfaces make them look like they're about to hatch. These rocks were formed over 60 million years ago by a process called concretion, where minerals slowly built up around a central core, similar to how a pearl forms in an oyster. Over time, coastal erosion revealed these massive spheres, creating one of the world's most unusual beach landscapes. According to Maori legends, the boulders are the remains of a shipwrecked canoe's cargo turned to stone by the gods. Whether you believe the science or the stories, the Moraki boulders remain one of New Zealand's most mind-blowing natural formations. Number 4. The Devil's Marbles, Australia. Scattered across the Northern Territory's outback, the Devil's Marbles, Karlu, are a collection of massive, round boulders, some of which appear to be perfectly balanced on top of one another. These striking granite spheres, some as large as 20 feet across, seem almost unnaturally placed, leading to many myths and legends. Formed over 1.6 billion years, these boulders were once part of a massive granite mass. Over time, wind and water eroded the rock, shaping the rounded forms we see today. Some of the boulders have even split in half, revealing smooth layered interiors. For the Warramungu people, these rocks are deeply sacred, believed to be the fossilized eggs of the rainbow serpent, a powerful ancestral spirit. At sunrise and sunset, the Devil's Marbles glow red, making them even more surreal. Whether you believe in science or mythology, this bizarre landscape is a must-see. Number 3. Zhangjiajie Pillars, China. If you've ever seen the floating mountains in James Cameron's Avatar, you might recognize the Zhangjiajie Pillars. They were the real-life inspiration. Located in Zhangjiajie National Forest Park, China, these towering sandstone pillars rise thousands of feet into the misty sky, creating a dreamlike landscape. These formations were sculpted over millions of years by erosion, with wind, water, and temperature changes slowly carving away the rock. The result? Over 3,000 towering columns, some stretching over 3,500 feet tall, covered in lush green vegetation. One of the most famous pillars, the Southern Sky Column, was even renamed Avatar Hallelujah Mountain after the movie's success. Walking along the glass skywalks and rope bridges in the park offers breathtaking, if slightly terrifying, views. Whether you're an adventure seeker or a nature lover, Zhangjiajie's otherworldly landscape is truly unforgettable. Number 2. Al-Naslaa Rock, Saudi Arabia. At first glance, Al-Naslaa Rock looks like it was split in half by a laser beam. Located in Saudi Arabia's Tama Oasis, this massive sandstone boulder is perfectly split down the middle, with both halves still standing upright on small pedestals. The flawless precision of the split has baffled geologists and sparked theories ranging from ancient laser technology to divine intervention. In reality, the split was likely caused by natural erosion and fault lines, but that doesn't make it any less mysterious. The rock also features petroglyphs, ancient carvings of animals and symbols, hinting at a long history of human interaction. Despite scientific explanations, many people still believe Al-Naslaa was shaped by something beyond nature. Whether it's an alien experiment or just an incredible natural phenomenon, this perfectly bisected rock is one of the world's most mind-blowing geological formations. Number 1. The Wave, Arizona. Tucked away in the Vermilion Cliffs National Monument, the Wave looks like something out of a psychedelic dream. This breathtaking rock formation is made of curving, swirling layers of red and orange sandstone, sculpted by wind and water over millions of years. Walking through it feels like stepping into a melted painting. The Wave is over 190 million years old, formed from ancient sand dunes that compacted into rock. Its smooth, flowing lines create an optical illusion, making the ground look like it's rippling beneath your feet. However, reaching this natural wonder isn't easy. Only 64 people per day are allowed to visit due to conservation efforts, and permits are awarded through a lottery system. Still, for those lucky enough to see it, the Wave is one of the most surreal landscapes on Earth, proving that nature is the ultimate artist. Which of these rock formations amazed you the most? If you enjoyed this journey through some of the world's most unbelievable rock formations, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more incredible places you need to see to believe. See you in the next video.